today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is Madden NFL 21. We'll see Jared Goff and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Nick Foles and the Chicago Bears.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. On the return, it's Simba Webster. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Rams taking the field and leading the way. The man from Cal, the former #1 overall pick, Jared Goff.
Well, it's not unusual for a team to have a little bit of a letdown after appearing in the Super Bowl. And the Rams had that Super Bowl letdown after their loss in Super Bowl 53 to New England. But it might surprise people that quarterback Jared Goff still finished third in the NFL in passing yards at better than 4,600. They just want to see him cut down on the number of interceptions he threw last year, and they think the Rams can elevate their offense yet again.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Jared Goff sacked.
That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Ginn. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. They are led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 52 from the University of Arizona. In his 9th year, it's Nick Foles.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Foles. Incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Foles. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Here's Foles. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Foles with the completion there. You might remember he spent 1 season with the Rams in their final season in St. Louis, actually. That was 2015. Went 4-7 in 11 starts. But the Rams would go on to draft Jared Goff #1 overall the following spring. 1st and goal from the 6.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. On the return comes Webster. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Los Angeles Rams get another win in Week 5, this time at Washington. And, you know, Sunday, October 11th, that's a good day now for sports fans in Southern California from this past weekend, because the Lakers won their 17th NBA title. They beat the Heat. And then they've also, although they didn't play that day, they've got the Dodgers still going in the postseason as well. But let's focus on the Rams, Charles. They moved to 4-1 with that 30-10 victory and really looked pretty dominant. And not only that, they have now completely swept the NFC East. All 4 wins have come against that division.
Yeah, I think they petitioned the league to move to the NFC East this year to guarantee themselves a playoff spot. Because they're in the NFC West. They're at 4-1, and it is a battle every time out. Seattle's 5-0. Arizona's 3-2. San Francisco, they have a disappointing record right now, but you figure they can get hot at any time. They were in the Super Bowl last year. Can we go to the NFC East, please? Because that would be kind of cool. But the return of Alex Smith, and you were there for that, and I thought you handled that so well, Kelvin, when he came out on the field. What an amazing story that was. But this Rams defense, they held Washington 108 yards of total offense. The fewest the Rams have given up since 1980. They sacked the quarterbacks 8 times. Aaron Donald, he got 4 of those, and it felt like 40. Tremendous games. I ask you 2 questions. 1, Jared Goff, he looks like a much improved quarterback. And 2, are you digging the bone uniform that the Rams are flashing?
I do like that bone-colored uniform, and I'll tell you what, Jared Goff, a lot of things for him underneath, but incredibly efficient, and he was very, very efficient in this victory. And now, Charles, they go to San Francisco, who's struggling a bit, home against Chicago and at Miami. The Rams, we'll see if they can go on a little run here and improve that 4-1 record. Play action. It's Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Goff. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
An 8-yard.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Goff. Complete, Jefferson the target. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
32-yard.
The Chicago Bears coming back out here. It's a team that's 4-1 for the first time since 2012 as they take care of the Bucs 20-19 on Thursday night, Week 5. And Nick Foles did just enough to win. 243 yards, a touchdown, did also throw an interception. But for Foles, his first win as a Bears starter, he also improves to 2-0 over Brady, with the other, of course, being the win, Charles, in Super Bowl 52. But have you seen enough to say that the Bears are for real?
Well, I think that they are headed towards it. I still want to see more consistency on offense. I mean, Nick Foles gets the win because that's what we do with starting quarterbacks. But as you said, he did just enough. You know, I didn't think he was particularly spectacular in this game. But isn't it funny that he's 2-0 against Tom Brady? It's kind of like in baseball, Hall of Fame pitcher. He has that guy who hits 230 in his career, who hits 500 against him. You know, that guy just can't get out. That's kind of what Tom Brady has with Nick Foles. But truthfully, with this Bears team, what got them over the hump against Tampa was Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Robert Quinn, the pass rush, especially late in the ball game. So we'll see what happens with the Bears coming up. If the offense gets going smoothly, they're going to be a tough out because they're on the road the next 2 weeks. At Carolina is playing surprisingly well in the early going, and then a long-distance trip to go take on the LA Rams, who won this past week too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw, and he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
O'Donnell, he's on the punt as he gets this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He'll give this to Henderson.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Goff now looks to throw.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
Well, if you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Goff going to give this one to Henderson. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game. And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And there's a familiar sight. Khalil Mack putting a quarterback down in the backfield for another sack. I know he only had 8.5 sacks in 2019, so a lot of people wrote that off as, hey, what's going on with Khalil Mack? You do realize he's getting doubled and tripled on just about every snap, but that was the first time since his rookie year of 2014 that he finished the season with less than 10 sacks.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Now Sam Sloman is on. This from 54 yards away.
4-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
To be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. Here's Goff. Down man over the middle, it's Woods. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I remember covering Robert Woods in college at USC, and consistent was the word that was always used about him. Maybe we should have added dependable as well. Over 1,100 yards each of the last 2 seasons. This guy studied to be an NFL wide receiver while in college and has carried that over to the NFL. A pro's pro. This guy plays as hard as anyone in the league.
Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Goff. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field.
Oh, it'll be intercepted.
That interception reminds me that we're seeing a little bit of an alarming trend for Jared Goff, because in his career, he's gone from throwing 7 to 12 to 16 interceptions in his 3 full years as a starter. So it suggests that he's willing to take more risks downfield, but he has to be careful not to be too loose with the football.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the 27, Foles. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Patterson on the draw play. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Foles on the give to Montgomery.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Montgomery back to the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
Another big play there by Aaron Donald, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 2017 and 18. We know he can rush the passer. He's also dominant in the run game. The quickness for a man his size often defeats the offensive lineman trying to block him.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. With them losing here in the 2nd quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. It's hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him.
Van Jefferson, the rookie wideout, the intended target.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season. And that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Guys, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah, an all-pro team, and at worst, a Pro Bowl team, because you're talking about names like Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, Cortland Sutton with Denver, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis, Nick Bosa, San Francisco, all of them. Injuries that have them lost for the year. Michael Thomas got hurt in the season opener with New Orleans. We haven't seen him since.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
On the return comes Webster. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Goff to the right side and complete to Jefferson.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
Henderson will try and run for the first, and he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
Back to throw. Goff gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Goff. Room to run past midfield. And they got him in. It's Woods. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
But when you think of the Rams and their passing game, sometimes Robert Woods gets overlooked. But if I told you he led the team in targets for the last 2 years and had 139 last year, would you be surprised? Probably. But now with Brandon Cooks gone from the roster, they'll look in his direction maybe even more. And I just love the intensity that he plays the game with.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Henderson. yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
34-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Goff's throw here finds Woods. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
The 20-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
From the red zone now, Goff. This will be caught inside the 10. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now Goff. That's taken in by Henderson. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll look to run with Henderson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
A gain of
He got halfway home there, down to the 1, but a good job of keeping him out of the end zone.
Exactly. Halfway home isn't all the way home, right? So they feel pretty good about keeping him out on that play.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Now Sam Sloman is on.
From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle.
18-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Rams 3.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Foles and the Bears now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And that is incomplete.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
It's 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 30.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
And 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A huge play that time for the Rams. 42 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. 15-yard touchdown grab. Now the Rams have got this back to a one-score game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. To just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
This will make it into the end zone, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25-yard line. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Foles. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And now it's second down.
Well, as we normally do, let's look ahead to what's to come here in the NFL for Week 6. Some changes to the schedule in this most unusual season. But, CD, I've earmarked a few here. I've got Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night. And then you got Buffalo, KC moved from Thursday to Monday to account for Buffalo playing on Tuesday in Week 5.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with that one because that Buffalo-Kansas City game, as you mentioned, was originally a Thursday night feature game. Then they moved it to Sunday, and then they had to move it to Monday because of the juggling of the schedule in this most unusual season. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night, that feels like an old-school kind of a game, doesn't it? And now we'll have Andy Dalton at quarterback for Dallas. And Green Bay, Tampa Bay, that's simple. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. And Cleveland, Pittsburgh, how great is this now to feel like it's the old AFC North battle with Cleveland fully in the fight?
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards.
Well, I haven't met an NFL player yet that doesn't use criticism as an edge, and Jimmy Graham has heard that a number of people think he's near the end of his career. He didn't put up the numbers he should have put up in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to play with a huge chip on his shoulder. Nice catch there, and he wants to show flashes of that form that he exhibited early in his career with New Orleans and Seattle.
Here's Foles. It's caught outright by Graham. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a run with Montgomery. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
Brings up 2nd down.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Nick Foles. How about 150 yards passing and 22 rushing? His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
This will make it into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now Foles. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No game.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
It's a gain of 11. And it's third down.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. So Jared Goff, he is the focus of our player spotlight. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. How's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry? Or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up. And it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5 sacks against him. On 1st and 10, Goff throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Van Jefferson was the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, we got a second here, Charles. Let's play believer, non-believer. I'll give you a couple teams off to surprising starts. You tell me if you believe that they will continue that way. And let's start with the Browns at 4-1.
Non-believer last year, believer to start this season, believer even after they got whacked in the opener by Baltimore. I think they'll contend for a playoff spot.
Okay, the Bears, same record, 4-1.
I still want to see more out of this team, but I like how their defense plays. Still need consistency on offense.
And then lastly, what about the Panthers at 3-2?
Oh, one of the great stories in the early going. Non-believer, because I think their division's too tough with Tampa Bay and New Orleans. But boy, I like what they're doing so far at 3-2. Way better record than what people thought.
the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goff. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Up until the last 5 weeks of the 2019 season, if you had said, who is Tyler Higbee, you might have got some blank stares back. But down the stretch, only Julio Jones and Michael Thomas had more targets in the final month of the 2019 season. A breakout year for Tyler Higbee. He expects to continue those types of numbers and beyond going forward.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. On the carry is Henderson. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second and 8 coming up.
Out of the gun. Goff.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. 11 yards there. 1st down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Goff throwing complete to Kupp. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Cooper Kupp had a big season in 2019. Also saw the emergence of tight end Tyler Higbee for the Rams. He really jumped up his game about the last month of the season. But when it came time to ring the bell and get into the end zone, the Rams still looked towards Kupp. 10 touchdowns in 2019. Runs his routes with great precision and intelligence.
Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
They'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
Goff now looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. But now it's 3rd and goal.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him. Incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now it's Goff to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
An 18-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
Rams 13.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.
This will make it into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Nick Foles gearing up again here to go on offense. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Patterson on the carry. That's Leonard Floyd with a tackle, a man who used to be with the Chicago Bears.
41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And that'll set him back 5. Manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Henderson. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 38, Goff. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
It's a loss of
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Oh, twisting away. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bears take over. Nick Foles ready for the next drive, leads out the Bears. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
He's touched.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Always thought Allen Robinson was a high flyer from his days at Penn State, and none of that has changed with the Chicago Bears. If you throw the ball out to the perimeter, if it's a 50-50 ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. And some say he was the victim of some subpar quarterback play last year. He didn't let that bother him at all. Still 98 catches and over 1,000 yards receiving. Allen Robinson Robinson just goes out and plays hard each and every week. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Cole was on target with that one to Graham.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
15 yards on the play, first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. On the stop was Aaron Donald. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the fourth. The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Back to throw here. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. After the interception, here's Goff. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Darrell Henderson, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
Goff on first down. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw again on second down. Ball incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To the air again. Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught on the left side by Ginn.
7 yards, the pickup there.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they've got to go thank the guys on D.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Foles. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It was Troy Hill that time in on the tackle.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
2nd and 10.
They run with Patterson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Foles. And Gibbs got it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Foles. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Complete.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 14 at the 37-yard line.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here's Patterson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. And left side here, it's Graham. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter,
and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This has 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st and 10, Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Goff's throw into the hands of Henderson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, Goff. And that's caught outside. It's Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Throwing again is Goff. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Goff throwing again. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. 11 yards there, first down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Goff on the draw play to Henderson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
14-yard line.
And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. Back to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this underneath to Henderson.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick here is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
Bears 14.
big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So Foles and the Bears now.
Down 16-14, exactly 1 minute remaining. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 3rd and short. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Graham. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
So it'll all come down to the right foot of Eddie Pinheiro.
This from 55 yards out. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
So it'll all come down to the right foot of Eddie Pinheiro.
This from 55 yards out. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.